Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive.
And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Deshaun Jackson, 75 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Touchdown. Here's Elliott to kick it away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Raiders' second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On second down, Jacobs.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
By Brandon Graham. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Carr.
It's a screen to Richard. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get into the ground at about the 23. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
The ball carrier.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's all...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
2 yards.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr over the middle, and it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Darius Slay on the coverage.
Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find Richard here underneath. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 27-yard line.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Carr again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here comes Rager. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Hold everything because Darren Waller, the tight end, appears to be injured on that play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr fighting the veteran Jason Witten. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
You get down near the goal line and this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
At the 12-yard line.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and less than
Hurts. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yard.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
at their own 5-yard.
2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
And it's 3rd down.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Jalen Richard now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
The throw complete here to Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And the Las Vegas 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Duke Riley came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are.
And this is caught. So he fakes the spike and they get the touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
His kick.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes Richard on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Carr. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Josh Jacobs. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. The open man here, Renfro. And he goes out right around the 39. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. And right away, he'll look to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Eagles.
A very solid gain of 27.
At the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And a little floater there is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get it.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get through.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And his throw here is incomplete.
Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for.
And it's 3rd and short.
It's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Carr.
Yards to go.
Reception here by Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Carr completes it.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And the Raider first down.
Carr now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have moved out in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. He'll fire it deep for Rager.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Yards to go.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's going to try and go deep again. And this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Rager. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Rager, 30 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And he'll bang that one through.
Good. That ties the game. 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Back at the 26-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 47 yards. On first down, it's Jacobs. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Las Vegas.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have moved out in front. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 7, just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Joiner there defensively.
Back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for the Eagles on 3rd down. 44 yards. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here comes Richard on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Carr to throw. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Carr gives to Richard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major League kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
And out now come the Eagles. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They go play action with Hurts. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.